I like making these videos, but the solo thing, I don't think it's for me. Um, I'm more of a debate discussion kind of guy. I thrive on that. So if you're out there, if you watch these, you think I'm an idiot, or you think you got a different point of view than I do, you see the world differently than I do, I'd love to hear from you. Maybe we could do some shows together or segments together, something. Um, I think it would add a lot to these videos and definitely play to my strengths a hell of a lot more than me sitting here talking to the camera like a fucking moron. Um, so let me know in the comments, for all those stories, and especially this one. If you think I'm a dummy or you know better than I do on the topics I talk about, let's fucking go. Give me a shout. March 1st, 2022. Ukrainian mania is alive and well. And I don't know if I'm the only one that's noticed, but I don't think the media is being entirely honest about the situation over there. They're constantly acting like Ukraine is being successful in holding back this giant monster, but it doesn't really seem like David versus Goliath to me. Not yet, anyways. I mean, where's the evidence of it, first of all? Where's the down jets from this ghost? Where's the blowing up tanks? I haven't seen any of that. Putin's got a 40-mile long convoy about to take Kiev. It just doesn't seem like it's actually going the way the media wants us to think it's going, and I'm not sure why. And now they're starting to come out with possible war crimes against Putin and Russia. Well, no shit. What'd you think was going to happen when you started handing out guns to all your citizens and bragging about it? They're going to start targeting citizens because citizens are now combatants shooting at them. So of course they're going to kill them. The biggest things I've seen are blown up buildings. It's almost like the Russians are just holding back, doing some shelling, moving forward slowly but surely. And it's not even Putin's main force yet. It's just the Chechens and his other conscripts doing the main fight, and he's holding back his main force. Clearly. Why? Why is he doing this? Well, if I was to put my tinfoil hat on for a minute, I believe that Putin, China, and North Korea, they're all waiting for us to get militarily involved. The second we do, China's going to take Taiwan, North Korea's going to help, and there might be a real World War III and not just this made-up nonsense. I hope I'm wrong. I truly do. I mean, this whole thing could have been avoided. They all just had to follow Minsk II, the protocols, and it would have been fine. Well, maybe not fine, but it certainly wouldn't have been this war we have going on now. All Putin wanted was to have a buffer in between Russia and Ukraine. The Donbas and Luhansk People's Republics, the two territories he first went into, which are a majority of ethnic Russians, he wanted them to be autonomous, if not just part of Russia. That way, if Ukraine does join the UN, which apparently just happened, then he wouldn't have NATO missiles on his doorstep. So he wanted that little buffer zone. And that's what was in the Minsk agreements. And when Ukraine reneged on that, Putin did something about it. Of course he did. Was the end game to get Ukraine into the UN all along? Was that our end game? Because it just happened at a historical speed. So you got to kind of wonder if this wasn't Biden's thought process from the beginning. I mean, for weeks he was on TV hyping up this war that was coming. Even Zelensky asked him to shut the fuck up about it, but he just couldn't. So was this the goal all along? To push a confrontation, to get Ukraine into the EU, and get NATO right on Russia's doorstep? Makes too much sense to me to not be true. But what the fuck do I know? Staying in the political world, Trump won the straw poll at CPAC. No shit. He won 59% of the vote. DeSantis was second with 28%. And Mike Pompeo, for some reason, was in there at 2%. Of course Trump won the CPAC poll. Who else was going to win it? That's his base. These are the people that love Trump unconditionally for some reason. Now, here's the thing the media is not telling you. The people at CPAC, they're a tiny percentage of the GOP. They don't speak for everybody. It's just, they're not unlike the leftists, as I've spoken about before. They're just a loud, very loud minority. So who cares that Trump won? It doesn't mean anything, really. And where was Nikki Haley? Why wasn't she on the list? Curiouser and curiouser, I'd say. But of course, the media is making a big hoopla about it. It means nothing. Trump's not going to win the primaries if he runs. Big if he runs. I seriously believe his political career is done. He's not coming back. He's going to sit on the sidelines. He's going to play kingmaker. He's going to make more money. And that's going to be his role going forward. And I think he's going to be pretty happy with that. That's what I think, anyway. From the desks of CNN, 80% of parents don't know that CBD and pot are two different things. That's pretty fucking pathetic. Out of those people polled, only 7% of them thought about giving their kids CBD. And of those 7, only 29% thought about asking and checking with the kid's doctor. Fucking morons. Right? This shit's not FDA approved at all. It's complete placebo bullshit. Take a fucking sugar pill. It'll heal you faster. There's never been any double-blind, peer-reviewed studies on CBDs and their healing properties. All right? The only CBDs that work are the ones that are mixed with THC. And the only things they help with are epilepsy, seizures, and pain. And that's it. This shit's not a panacea gonna heal everything, man. Pot does help, I'll tell you right now. Pot helps with pain. With my lupus, I'm in pain fucking constantly. I won't touch opiates, but pot? Yeah, I tried it, and guess what? It fucking helped, man. It helped a lot. Now, it's got a psychological addictive nature to it, but almost no physical. You stop pot, you might have like a little hangover-ish type deal for a day, and that's it. Your mind might go crazy, but it's nothing like opiate withdrawals. Nothing at all like opiate withdrawals. So why can't we fucking figure it out and get this shit medicalized? Or at least decriminalized and let the people choose for themselves. It's safer than alcohol, that's a fucking fact. Definitely safer than opiates. I think we adults are smart enough to use it correctly, for the most part. You're going to have a lot of fucking idiots out there driving while high. Look, the cop pulls you over, there's a cloud in the car, you're going to get a DUI, period. Other than that, I don't see the issue with medicalizing or legalizing it. Makes sense to me. Now let's talk about The Batman. The reviews are starting to come in, and wouldn't you know it, they're all amazing. The movie's amazing. Best Batman movie ever. That's not Batman. I'm sorry. It looks like a decent action movie, but that's not Batman. No way. Especially not year 2. You know? He's got a machine gun proof suit already? Year 2, he's best buds with Gordon, being let into interrogation rooms? Riddler figures out who he is that quickly? And this is year 2? Come on. Come on. That's not Batman. Batman doesn't go bulletproof. There is no machine gun proof. He doesn't go bulletproof until much later in his career. He doesn't brawl like an animal till much later in his career. He doesn't act like Batman when he's Bruce Wayne, but in the trailers, they're indistinguishable. You know, how old was Alfred when he took over raising Bruce? 20? 30 maybe? Shouldn't Alfred be just a touch older? You know, and let's talk about the bad guys. Penguin? Penguin gets his name because he resembles a penguin. He's got some kind of features of a penguin. That's one of the few things Gotham did perfectly, you know. He wasn't comically a penguin. But yeah, you could see why they called him Penguin. And Riddler's outfit, he's a discount S&M freak. Come on. The fuck out of here, man. Now, Riddler's smart. He's one of Batman's smarter rogues, but he's not smart enough to figure out who Batman is, especially not in year 2. After a decade or so, maybe he could put it together, but year 2, he knows who Batman is? Get the fuck out of here. Come on. I don't know. It looks like a good action movie, but that's just not Batman. Not to me anyways. That ain't the Batman I grew up with. What do I know?